Out of touch, tone deaf, hypocritical, entitled. That's the way I describe today's events at a legislature committee. Today at the Member Services Committee of the Legislature, the committee that oversees the operations of the members and the legislature, Dan Williams, MLA for Peace River, put forward a motion to increase the pay of the Deputy Government House Leader by $12,000 a year. The Deputy Government House Leader is Joseph Schow, the MLA for Cardston-Siksika. This position is appointed by the Premier. His previous position was Deputy Government Whip, also an appointment from the Premier. Joseph is a Kenny political insider who worked heavily on Kenny's leadership campaigns. Full disclosure, I did support Joseph Schow in his nomination, but hey, everyone makes mistakes. I did, however, speak strongly against this motion in the committee meeting. I am not a member of the committee, so I could speak but not vote. So in the middle of a health crisis, Jason Kenney chooses to reward an MLA political insider. I guess they expected this story would get buried on a municipal election day. It's actually very disrespectful to use municipal election day to pull the wool over Albertans' eyes. Presently, I'm getting calls from people who have lost their jobs, their businesses, and wondering how they'll pay their mortgages. They're suffering from mental health stress, and this Premier thinks this is the time to reward loyalty to the tune of what takes the average Albertan about 3 months to earn. When I was caucus chair, which by the way, there is no extra pay, I would attend the weekly House Leader meetings that took place while the legislature was in session. Other than those half-hour or so meetings, the Deputy House Leader would most likely be required to be in the legislature half the time that the legislature sits. Now they're trying to pass it off as a neutral spending. But remember, this appointment was announced at the cabinet shuffle where Kenny added 4 ministers with hundreds of thousands of dollars of extra costs. That's not revenue neutral. There's no amount of taxpayer money that's too much for Jason Kenney to reward his loyalists. Interestingly enough, after Dan Williams made the motion, not one UCP MLA spoke in favor of it. In the end, the NDP voted against it. Those that supported it were UCP MLA for Peace River Dan Williams, Calgary West MLA Mike Ellis, West Yellowhead MLA Martin Long, Lethbridge East MLA Nathan Newdorf, and Highwood MLA RJ Sigurdsson. If any of these MLAs represent you, you should ask them why they would support this. In fact, if you have a UCP MLA representing you, you should ask them if they support giving this raise to a political insider and ask them to give that answer publicly so that they are on a record opposing it. At the end, I have attached my remarks I made to the committee today. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Appreciate that. I've been trying to think of words to describe this, and so far I'm at tone deaf, out of touch, unimaginable, absurd, hypocritical. Here we have a government in the middle of a health crisis, and the Premier's first thoughts obviously is trying to figure out how he can line the pockets of his own people to the tune of $12,000 a year. We have Albertans suffering, losing their jobs, losing their businesses, losing their homes, and all this chaos that's going on right now. And this government, the best thing they can come up with in a meeting like this, a committee meeting like this, is to give one of their members an enormous raise that has never been done in the past. This position has never paid this in the past. This is the $12,000 raise. This is just taking care of your own people. And I actually think it's disgusting. I can't believe that this government would do this. And I think everybody should vote no. Obviously, I'm not on the committee. I don't have a vote, but I would insist that everybody vote no to this motion. Thank you.